Howdy, welcome back. It's Friday once again. I gotta say, I'm not pleased by the way that these weeks have been flying by lately. You know? Oh, you know. This is just me. I mean, when I got home from the hospital, and even in the hospital, especially in the hospital, the weeks really dragged on. A day would go by, and it's like, God, I can't believe I only went, only 20, it felt like a week. At first, it really did. Out of ICU, I had so few things I was able to do. I was bedridden. I had TV. That's all I had. I couldn't read because I couldn't concentrate because of the pain and the medication, kind of the medication, but more the pain. And a lot went on in the hospital. I would someone come in with shots and checking up on me, changing my dressing, my patches, changing my clothes, bathing, doing the sponge bath thing, um, checking my vital signs. Yeah, a lot of things happen in the hospital. And then I get home, and then I couldn't do much more because my lungs still weren't very recovered very well. And you'd be amazed how much you rely on your lungs for being able to do anything, having the energy to do anything, because that's really, I think, where your energy comes from, more than food. I, at my worst state in the hospital, I could barely sit up without getting disoriented because the muscles for sitting up prevented me from functioning. From no, the muscles didn't receive the oxygen from my lungs. See, I'm having a hard time concentrating right now. Yeah, it may not seem very much right now, but um, if I tend to ramble and stuff, it's well, I do tend to ramble at times, but my lungs still aren't in very good shape, and I actually realized that the other night when my friend Josh came by and we were talking, and I was losing my breath again. It was the first time in a while because I don't really do a lot of talking generally, and we were talking. So yeah, my lungs really aren't fully recovered. Really should. And yeah. So but I intend to come back stronger and smarter. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna be smarter, but better, just better overall. I'm gonna use this time to maximize what I can do to, have more skills and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'm already reading that A plus book on A plus certification on learning how to do learning about computers, so I can get a job in that field. All I need to do is take a test after I read that, and I could get a fairly well-paying job and get some experience, have an even better paying job. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really trying to get through that, but I get sleepy when I read in general. It's not as bad as it was in the hospital, but at least I find it interesting. It's written. It isn't written like a text. It looks like a textbook. It's this thick, but it's written by Joe Schmo, computer tech. He knows what he's talking about. He does analogies and stuff. So it's fairly easy to read. It's just I get tired, and that can be a burden on concentration. But yeah, with this getting better, and I'm also trying to write better lyrics for the songs that I've made, or fairly basically concentrating on the ones that really have bad lyrics. And I'm doing my best. I'm not the best lyric writer. I'm good at everything else. Not to toot my own horn. I think I'm really good at everything else. I'm like a major triple quadruple threat. But lyrics, it sticks me. But like speaking of coming back better than I was before, I was just playing Iron Man on PSP, and that's a source of inspiration for me right now. Not that I need it, and that really does sound kind of corny that I would need inspiration from a fictional character. It is corny, but I tend to compare myself to superheroes. That's just a thing I've always done, and that could be another vlog. Especially Batman, as it turns out. Like, whenever I watch these movies, I think of myself in those situations. And that kind of goes into what I talked about in the last blog about martial arts and war games. But with Iron Man, you know, he was nearly fatally he's fatally injured, and he comes back with the suit. He's a tech guy. I'm a tech guy. I could You should see me when I'm recording music. I'm like a mad scientist. I'm very much like Tony Stark in his lab when I'm recording my stuff. It's a sight to see, and I'm very proud of myself at the end of the day with what I do. It's hard to show every detail, but I think the product still speaks for itself. Um, Incidentally, on top of the whole Iron Man thing, it's the one game my brother and I are both playing kind of side by side, him in Los Angeles, me in DC. It's the first game that he's played. He's like, he and I have both played together in a long time, since literally Street Fighter 2. Back then, we'd compete, you know, we'd fight, and it wasn't, you know, we didn't take it too seriously. I actually started Jeet Kune Do near around the time that he stopped playing. And it isn't that he was beating me sometimes, pretty good. So it wasn't like I was kicking his ass, but he just grew it. He lost interest and, um, you know, just kind of did his own thing. You know, you have to have a certain amount of patience and dedication to a game to be good at it. Particularly, you know, that kind of activity where it's eye-hand coordinated. There's a lot of eye-hand coordination. You see, it's hard for me to concentrate sometimes because oxygen to the brain and the medication. But I'm not going to blame the medication. I'm usually pretty good at concentrating on that. It just, even standing up, I tend to still feel lightheaded sometimes. It was really kind of tough this weekend when I was traveling. I'm used to laying down, and that's what I'm supposed to do. And I'm supposed to get up every now and then and exercise my lungs, but the only time I'm really comfortable is when I'm laying down. Um, Not to depress you. I don't mean to go back. I really shouldn't be going back to that stuff. Except for the interesting tidbits. Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. But, yeah, so my brother and I are playing, and next time I talk to him, I'm going to tell him how far I've gotten, because he's farther than me. I'm catching up to him. I've been putting the game off for a while. So, you know, just thought I'd share that with you. How, that little bonding thing with my brother. So, I guess that's all I have for you today. I guess have a good weekend. And Marissa, my friend Marissa, have a happy birthday. Today is her birthday. I don't know how old she is, but I'll be giving her a call later. Beep beep. Actually, it's 3 o'clock now, and they'll be going to lunch, and it'll be a perfect time. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Adios.